Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. What just happened? Oh my God, guys. There we go. What just happened? Oh my goodness, guys. Hello. I don't know what happened. I don't even know if I'm still on. I am still on. Okay. Guys, I don't know what just happened. I don't know what happened. It's still happening. I don't even know if I'm still on. I am still on. Okay. Guys, I don't know what just happened. I don't know what happened. It's still happening. I don't even know if I'm still on. I am still on. Okay. Guys, I don't know what just happened. I don't know what happened. It's still happening. Okay. I have no idea what just happened, and I don't know how to stop it. So if anybody's here, say hi. Is it done? I'm on like delay. Okay. No. No. Okay, I think we're good. All right, so thank you for that. That just completely threw me. So let's start that again. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Me First Mornings. My name is Patricia Wolfson, and I'm here to motivate and inspire you to create a daily routine that helps you, number one, calibrate and elevate your energy. Number two, connect with your inner guidance. And number three, navigate challenges with ease and grace. So what are we talking about today? We're talking about destiny. And the question is, do you have any say in your destiny? Like, do your choices really matter? Are you destined for the life you have, or is there more? Is your fate etched in stone at birth, or do you have some wiggle room? What purpose does choice serve if you believe in fate, right? Like, if you think that you are fated or destined to have some sort of outcome, then how do you approach your choices? Do you really feel like your choices make any difference, right? So the truth is that we will never really know for sure, because God works in mysterious ways, and we don't know all the answers to everything, but I can tell you that choice is most definitely our birthright. We've been given the gift of free will. And so whether or not your choices will be the only factor in how your life pans out, making choices is essential to creating the life you want to live. So today we're going to discuss how to make choices in alignment with your current self and lay the groundwork for your future self, whether it's destiny, fate, or consequences of your actions. We're going to talk about how you do actually have a say. Good morning, Eleanor. Good morning, Sarah. Oh, you guys were here for my crazy little mishap. I think I had a YouTube page open. Anyway, welcome. So let's get started with the Me First ritual and do that right away, because it's a way for us to get ourselves grounded. And so, good morning, Sarah. Ooh, I got two Sarahs today. Let me know if you guys are here and watching. Say hi in the chat. Let me know where you are, where in the country or where in the world, because we've had people from all over, including someone from Australia the other day. That was kind of exciting. Okay, so what do I want to do with Me First Mornings, and how do I want to bring this practice into your life a little bit more? It is important that you kind of get a hold of yourself and your energy before you get out into the world, right? If you're going to do anything outside of your home, or anything when you're dealing with anybody else, any other energy, you want to make sure that you are well grounded and sort of set in your energy. What do you want to bring to the table? How do you want to show up today? And so the Me First Morning ritual that we do every morning kind of gets us into that place of neutrality, in that place of like, okay, centeredness. And then we can make a clear and conscious choice about what kind of energy we want to bring into that day, which I've described as your GPS word. Your GPS word is your anchor. It's your feeling, the anchor feeling that you want to bring into every part of your day. So, if you think about the end result, like I really want to feel happy. I really want to feel connected. I really want to feel abundant. I want to live, a luxurious life. Well, then you set that as your GPS word. And it's not just like set it and forget it, right? What you have to do is you set it and it's your anchor. So if you go about your day and anything sort of veers off that emotional set point that you're looking for, that feeling of luxuriousness, that feeling of fun, that feeling of spaciousness, whatever it is you're looking for, then it's up to you to recalibrate, to re-navigate, to refocus your attention on what it is that you want, on that anchor emotion, which is your GPS word. Okay, so we're going to do this Me First ritual, and this is something, it's like a practice. We do it every day here on Me First Mornings, and it's a way for you to just set the tone for your day. And you can do it at the beginning of your day, that's why I call it Me First Mornings, but you can pull any part of this routine and you can just use it throughout the day if you feel like your energy is off or if you're trying to recalibrate. This practice is a way for you to recalibrate your energy, to get back into, okay, what's most important? What is my focus? What is my anchor feeling? All right. Good morning, Carrie Ann. Good morning. Thank you for being here. All right. So let's start by lighting our candle, and this sort of sets the tone. I like to start my ritual like this. You can start it however you like. Let's put on some essential oils. Ooh, this candle's like having an issue. All right. So essential oils can be whatever you want or nothing. Again, totally up to you. I like it. It's a routine that works for me. I like that the essential oils kind of set the tone, and it's an easy way for me to physiologically find that place of neutrality, find that place that relaxes me and feels good. Because I use this, and I only use this for my morning routines or when I do Reiki, because this particular scent, I feel it as a connection to spirit, right? This scent works for me, and connecting to spirit makes me feel really connected. And so that's what I use it for. So automatically, as soon as I smell it, I'm already kind of getting in the mode to receive information and in the mode to kind of just be neutral when I'm receiving information or when I'm processing things. All right. So now after that, we are going to take 3 deep breaths. And in these 3 deep breaths, now I give a lot of directions. I talk about like what you can think about or what you can do. And I want to just let you know that the reason that I say this is to give you options, things to think about. You may have your own process. You may have your own way of sort of getting into a meditative state or getting into a breathing state. You may decide to do a yoga routine. That is totally fine. This is about you creating a practice that works for you. Feel free to add whatever or remove whatever doesn't work for you. If it doesn't resonate with you, toss it. Doesn't have to be. This is how I do it. This is what I introduce to you as an option. All right, so let's get our feet well planted on the ground. And the idea is that we want to be connected to earth, right? That's why we plant our feet on the ground, because we want to feel that sense of connection with Mother Earth, with the physical, right, which is down here, which on the planet. And at the same time, we want to welcome sort of that beautiful healing light, that energy, that supportive, creative energy that comes from the sun. And so we want to open up the top of our head and just imagine that liquid sunlight, that liquid sunshine coming in through the top of our head and filling our body with this healing white light. And it's just going to dissipate and dissolve any stuck, stagnant, or dense feelings, any energy that feels sticky, that doesn't belong, and that you're ready to release. We're going to imagine that when we inhale, we just imagine that our whole body and every single cell receives that beautiful healing white light. And with your exhale, you're going to release whatever is ready to be released. You don't have to think too hard about it. Just set the intention. Set the intention that you are absorbing that beautiful, powerful energy from the earth with your feet well planted on the ground and set the intention that you are allowing that beautiful healing energy to enter into your body and dissolve all the things that don't serve you. So let's do that together. We'll take 3 deep breaths. And with these deep breaths, I want you to just take a count of 5, breathing in, hold for a count of 5, and then release or exhale with a count of 10. We want to do a longer breathing out in order to get our body right into like that neutrality, that stasis, that calm feeling, right? Where you're just like, okay, it reminds me of that. Oh, what do the kids call it? Like the unplayable character, the UPC, or the non-playable character, NPC, right? Where they're just like, and they're just there waiting for, the next move in the game. If you guys have kids, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, or if you play video games, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, let's take 3 deep breaths together, okay? Deep breath in, once again, like I said, to the count of 5. Breathe in, counting 5. Hold, counting 5, and then release, counting 10. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And release. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, let's do that again. Once again, we are imagining that all of the energy in our body that doesn't belong, that is stuck, stagnant, or dense, is just being dissipated and disappearing with that beautiful, powerful light, and the exhale releases whatever is ready to be released, okay? Deep breath in with the count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold for 5. And release for 10. Beautiful. And now let's do that one more time. We're going to do this right. Make this count. A deep, deep breath. I won't count. You guys remember, just a count of 5 in, hold for 5, and release for 10. I'm going to take this breath really, a big, deep breath along with you. Okay? Here we go. Beautiful. Okay. Now, after we do the breathing, we're doing a little stretch, right? So we've done some breathing. We've gotten ourselves to like a good kind of place, hopefully. If not, if you don't feel yourself calm or grounded in any way, continue breathing until you have found your stasis, until you have found your neutral zone where you're just kind of in the moment, right? And then just start doing some stretching. And what the stretching does is it helps release some of that stuck and stagnant energy that is stuck in your body, right? Like, and we did that already with the breathing, but this is sort of more approaching it from the physical aspect, right? Because we have like stiff parts that are stiff or uncomfortable or even in pain. And it's important for us to release that energy that's in those parts of your body that are feeling discomfort, because that is trapped energy. Very often it's trapped emotions that need to be released. Because what happens, right, when we feel an emotion, but maybe we're in a place that we don't feel we can truly release it, right? We hold it in, we hold back, we keep it inside, right? And so where does it go? It goes in the body somewhere. The body holds on to it. I couldn't tell you exactly where it goes. I think it does depend on what kind of emotion you're holding and what exactly is happening. But the truth is our body is constantly holding our emotions, holding the things that we are not releasing. And so part of this exercise and what we do with the stretching is trying to release some of that energy that's stuck and ready to go, right? It's ready to be like loosened up and released. And if you have pain, pay special attention, because pain is pay attention inside now. Okay, I haven't really talked a lot about that, but I really believe that that's important. When you start to feel pain, that means that all of that, the energetic the energetic processes that have been going on, right? Like that energy field has affected you to the point that now it is manifested physically, right? And so we want to take care of that as soon as we can when we feel pain. It's probably something that is connected to things we have not addressed or dealt with or released yet. Now, I just want to say, I don't want you feeling guilty if you feel pain. I don't want you thinking, oh my God, I'm causing all these things. No guilt, no shame. This is information for us to use for our well-being and for our personal evolution, right? No guilt here, no shame here. Simply, okay, this is new information. This is where I'm in pain. This is probably where it's coming from. How can we deal with it? How can we process it? Okay? Now, once we've done our stretching, we shake it out and we can begin by setting our intention, saying the prayer that I wrote. If you have your own spiritual or religious practice or your own prayer that you feel particularly connected to, you can say that now and ask your spirit team. That's what this is for, is you call in your spiritual support team, whether it's the angels, whether it's your ancestors, whether, you are praying directly to God or Jesus or anyone else who you feel you are connected to. This is your time to ask for support, to ask for your intention to be, for help in, keeping your intention at the forefront of your mind for today, right? And so you ask for that help. All right, here we go. Boom, boom, boom. Sorry, guys. It's like, I can't get it together today. Bum, bum, bum. All right, here we go. Guys, I'm like losing it today. But thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for loving me anyway and watching me even when I am like out of my mind. Okay, here we go. Here's the prayer. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Divine Mother, Infinite Father, Creator, Ascended Masters, Archangels, Spirit Guides, Ancestors, and all beings of 100% pure white light, allow me to be a clear and open channel of your light and love without hesitation or ego. I ask that may the highest vibration of infinite consciousness connect with my higher self and release any and all things that no longer serve me. I ask that Saint Germain as an infinitely powerful violet flame burn away the things that no longer serve myself or humanity and hold us back from our divine existence. Help us to embody our intentions for the day and help us raise the collective vibration for the highest and greatest good of all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So be it, and so it is. All right. Now, let's talk. Let's talk about choices, people. Let's talk about the choices that we have. What is in our control and what is out of our control, right? I mean, there are so many things out of our control that we may think that are in our control and maybe on some level are in our control, but because we are not consciously controlling those things, it doesn't count as being in our control, right? We kind of have to release and surrender to how things unfold in life sometimes, right? But can you choose your fate, right? What do your choices affect exactly? So I can tell you that from what I understand, from deep introspection and connection, I believe, and this is my belief. If it resonates with you, awesome, keep it. If you don't agree with it, that's okay too. Toss it. It's obviously not for you. But this is what has helped me to approach each day as a separate day from the day before, or as a day of new beginnings. Because, if we start to feel like our life is destined, or our fate is to fail, our fate, our family lineage has always been really terrible at money. Our fate is to experience all sorts of hardship because maybe we believe that we have family karma to deal with, or generational karma to deal with, or personal karma to deal with, these, all can potentially play a role in the life that you are experiencing. And I'm not going to say that they don't, because, I really don't know enough about generational wounds. I know that we are working through them. I know that there are things that my generation and my lineage has had to face and deal with. I know that through my mother, through my grandmother, through my father, through my grandfather, through that family. And there's probably things that I have no idea about that goes even farther back, right? So those things are true. And there may be things that I am destined to experience. I believe that there are people you're destined to meet. I believe that there are big situations that you are destined to experience, because I almost feel like they're, destiny points along your life, right? Where it's like, here is like the stop. So I look at it like a road trip, right? So you get up, you go on a road trip, right? And, here's the beginning and here's the end, right? And so okay, I'm going to get up, and we're going to get in the car and we're going to travel. And when we're finished traveling, we're going to be in like California, let's say, right? But there's like a million ways to get to California, and it's a really long drive. There's several states you can stop between. You can do a scenic drive. You can do like a highway, like skip all the things, just pick a hotel, sleep in it, and get there as fast as you can. Or you can decide to go through, the middle of the country or on the coast somewhere, or you get to decide the journey you take on your trip, right? On your trip to California. Now, there's certain things that you're going to probably come across on this trip. There's certain states you're definitely going to go through. There's certain times where you definitely have to get gas. You're definitely going to have to eat. There are certain things along the way that are like, kind of plot points as you go, where you can kind of be like, oh, wait, here I am in this point. Now, which way do I go? Do I stop and eat here? Do I drive a little bit longer? Do I go to this really cool destination on the way? Or do I need to save time and just go straight, right? And I use this as an example because those choices in the middle, right, are our choices in life. You cannot choose how you come in, or at least in this physical state, we did not choose to enter into the world, right? We probably did on some soul level with some soul contracts, or, spiritually we made a deal and this was what we were supposed to do. But in this physical body, in this current state, as far as you remember, you did not choose to be here, right? And in this current physical state, you also do not get to choose when you leave, right? I mean, not that you can't. Some people have. But generally speaking, you don't know when you're going to go, right? You don't know the things that you're going to come across. You don't know, in your journey, what, mountains you're going to have to climb, what traffic you're going to have to deal with, what car accident you're going to have to navigate through, right? You can't make those decisions. You can only make those decisions in the moment. You can only choose in the moment. And so those in the moment choices are going to dictate your experience, right? So let's go back to the GPS word. So our GPS word, let's say, is luxurious, okay? That was one of the words. I don't know why that word is in my head today, but let's just say luxurious. I mean, God, wouldn't we want to live a luxurious life? So what does a luxurious life look like if you're traveling across the country, right? Where do you stop? What do you experience? Who do you take on this trip that you want to go travel in a luxurious way and feel luxurious? You take your friend that maybe wants to go to a spa. Maybe you can't afford a spa. You grab a friend who maybe wants to go find, those mineral lakes with natural springs, and that might be willing to make a couple of stops that are really good for the soul, right? You might take that friend. If you want to go as fast as you can, you may take the friend that knows all the shortcuts, right? So you have to decide in each moment, how are you going to experience the life that you have in front of you? How are you going to experience that life? That's where your choices make a difference. If I want to live a luxurious life, then I have to make a choice that makes me feel closer to that feeling of luxury, closer to that luxuriousness, right? So I can't be talking about how I don't have any money, I don't have any prospects, about how life sucks. That's certainly not someone who is traveling on a luxurious on a luxurious trip is not talking about that, right? Now, that doesn't mean you have to have money to live luxuriously. What does luxurious mean to you? What does spacious mean to you? What does peace mean to you? You have to decide what that means, and then you have to make choices accordingly that brings you closer. What is the most luxurious choice in this case, right? In whatever case it is that you're facing, in whatever situation you're facing. Each choice that you make will affect your current experience. So if you decide to take a shortcut, well, then your life will then reflect what happens when you take that shortcut. Now, it may not be a bad thing, may not be a good thing. It just may be the next step. It was like, oh, I took a shortcut and this is where I ended up. Oh, I took the long route and this is what I saw. And this is where I ended up. You may end up in the exact same place, but what you experience in the meantime is going to be different. How you experience life, whether you're someone who wants to take shortcuts and get there as fast as you can, or whether you're someone who wants to savor every minute, you will experience your life differently, even if you and someone else are living parallel lives, right? But if their choices are in alignment with, aggressive, negative energy, right? And so all the choices they make are made with anger. They're made from lack. There's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you need to make those decisions to make changes in the world. But do you want to come from that energy? Are those the choices you want to make? Is that what you want to activate within you? Is it anger, resentment, right? And if it is, if you need to release that, then that's the way you go. Right? But if you don't want to experience anger and resentment, then you have to figure out, how can I approach this situation with less anger and resentment and more kindness and compassion? And that may be very difficult for you. But that is the work. That is the work. It is in making the choices that are in alignment with your GPS word, which is your anchor feeling. So if every day you make a choice that connects with that anchor feeling, so your choices are all based in abundance, all your choices are based in trying to accentuate the luxuriousness of your life, well, guess what? Every day things will start to feel a little more luxurious, a little more in the direction of what feels good in that way, right? And it doesn't mean that every day is going to be luxurious. It doesn't even mean every day is going to be good. You may have really, really crappy days. And that's where the work comes in. How can I bring in luxury into this situation? How can I bring in spaciousness into this situation? How can I add peace to this situation? And that's why your choices are so important for the now, but also for the future. Because if you, regardless of what's coming, if you experience life with joy and love and kindness and compassion, then you are going to have a very different journey than someone who's experiencing life through anger, resentment, and betrayal or fear. Okay, let's pull a card and then wrap up today. I hope that was helpful. I hope that you understand that your choices, they're not the be all end all, but they will dictate how you experience your life every day. And so if you are not experiencing life in a way that feels good to you or is not in alignment with what you really want, then that's where you first have to do the work, is you have to figure out, where can I make different choices that will shift how I'm experiencing my life, right? Where do I have to shift these choices? What do I have to do differently to get a different result? Okay, so let's see what the cards have to say. And then we'll try to wrap up. And I just want to let you guys know, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, go to youtube.com and at me first things and go ahead and subscribe. Ding that notification bell. I'm here every Monday through Friday at 9:30 a.m., barring any sort of medical appointments that we may have here at home. Anyway, all right, let's see what the cards have to say. Okay, here we go. Here is the card for today, number 45. All right, and it was This was upside down, and the card is sad embrace. Can you guys see that? Number 45, sad embrace. And it was upside down, so that tells me you're resisting the sad embrace. What that tells me is saying goodbye to parts of your life that no longer serve you can be really challenging. Because those parts of us, even the parts that were hurtful in our past, even the stories that contributed to a lack of growth or any failures that we have, they're still part of us. People who were important to us at one point, and now there's strained relationships, situations that, or aspirations that we had that now have changed and no longer have the same meaning. It's really hard to let that go sometimes. It's really hard to just release that stuff that isn't serving you anymore. It's hard to know whether or not it will serve you in the future. I mean, I find that happens with relationships. It's like, we're going through a rough time right now, but I know they really love me. Or we're going through a rough time right now, but, we've known each other for so long. I don't want this friendship, this relationship, this whatever to end, right? Even if you know and you consciously have already seen that it is not a good relationship for you, you may want to hold on to it. It's the same as a situation, a job that you're like, I'm sick of my job, and yet you show up every day and it's like you're miserable every single day, right? Because you're afraid of this. You're afraid of being alone. You're afraid of making wrong choices. You're afraid of being abandoned by society for choosing yourself. And why? Why? Because that's what we've been trained to do. We've been trained to abandon ourselves in order to fit in. We've been trained to abandon our wants and our needs in order to take care of other people, right? And I speak as a woman and as a mom, and I'm sure there are many other people in, whatever capacity, women, men, non-binary folks, caretakers, non-caretakers, who have found that they put themselves last and they put other people first and they don't take care of themselves. And that's one of the things that I want to combat here with Me First Mornings. You cannot take care of anyone else unless you are taking care of yourself first. You cannot succeed in your life if you are ignoring what is most important to you. So you have to take the time to release all of those things that aren't working to you, and do not be afraid of shedding what doesn't serve you. Because even though in the meantime, while you're shedding, you may feel alone, while you're changing and shifting, you may feel lost and afraid and unprotected. Okay, you may feel completely abandoned by life, by your friends, by, the people you thought you could count on. You may feel that, but what you are doing is you are releasing old stories and limiting beliefs, and you are releasing those parts of you that have not served you or no longer serve you in order for you to build a new foundation that is anchored in to that GPS word, that's anchored into the feeling that you want to capture the most. If you want to know whether or not something is working for you, ask yourself, bring up the GPS word and say, is this thing closer to peace, luxury, abundance, connection, or is it further? Is this person bringing me closer or further to my anchoring feeling? And if the answer is closer, then that's when you work at it. That's when you're like, okay, let's see if we can figure out how to make this work better. But if your answer is no, and that person, that situation, that job, that whatever is bringing you further from that anchor feeling, you feel disconnected from that anchor feeling, then you need to release it and surrender with love, right? Not like, get out of my life, you suck, I wish you harm. No, release all the things with love and compassion, because everything has its time, everything has its place, everything has its connection and reason for being. Whether it's in your life or in the world in general, everything has a purpose, especially you, all right? So, let's see. It's like the lobster analogy. When the shell gets too tight, it's an ugly sight. Shedding that shell is hard, but necessary. Yes, yes, yes. So true. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Yes, 1,000% yes. And it's not just a cliche. It is like you do not have the capacity to take care of anybody else if you have not figured out how to take care of yourself. All right? That is the number one reason that I do Me First Mornings, because you and me and all of us need to practice getting ourselves right before we put our mixed up, sticky energy out into the world, right? If everybody took care of their own energy and stood out there and really captured the essence of what they want in life, if everybody really had the essence and the embodiment of what they want in life, I mean, things would be so much better. How couldn't they be better? Nobody wants death, destruction, fear. No, nobody wants that. People who say they want that, it comes from fear. It's because they're afraid if they don't fight for destruction, or they don't fight for war, or they don't fight for these things, that they're going to lose somehow. They're going to lose their hold on things. They're going to lose direction. They're going to lose, who knows, right? Every single decision in your life should be connected to you, to your heart, and to love. It should be an expression of love, because that's how light shines through. All right, so I'll be here again tomorrow, and I just want to tell you, you are the light. Don't forget, do whatever you can to keep on shining. I love you all. I'll see you soon. Bye.